If you want to really achieve success in your healthcare practice, knowing your numbers is vital to making sure that you get there. And I'm going to talk to you today about a software system that can help you to accomplish that. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Emil Tompkins from CHIRO Nerds, and we provide tips and strategies to help you take better care of your patients and build your practice using technology. So today we're going to be looking at this software called Blue IQ. There's a desktop app and a smartphone app, and so I'll be using the iPhone app. We're going to show you a couple of things today, and it just provides the basics. Some of the things that I usually want to see at the tip of my fingers, like how many new patients did we see during the day, how much money did we collect, how many, I don't know, our services, that sort of thing. And it can get even deeper there, but we'll get to it here in a moment. But if you want to deep dive into your numbers, if you want to make some custom setups, like how well did nutrition do today, or if we combine our neuropathy protocol and our nutrition, how is that working? Or what kinds of services are making more than others? You can really deep dive into some things. The desktop app will work for you, and we'll dive into that sometime in another video. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to jump right into the Blue IQ software. So what I'm going to do is literally pull out my cell phone so that you can see right on the screen. So now when we look here, a couple things that I want to make sure that you're aware of here. We're looking at just the basics for the month. I'm actually going to go into the day, and we're going to go to Wednesday because I want you to see kind of what's expected so that you have an idea of how this works before anyone comes into the office. So on Wednesday, it already gives me how many new patients I'm expecting, how many appointments are currently scheduled, our production, and how much we've collected, which of course that's not today. So it's going to be 0 because we've not yet collected anything. And so that's some of the information that we've been given. But what's really interesting, since we haven't done anything yet, yeah, we can see that we haven't collected anything. But here's the power of the app. If I click in the new patient section, I learn a lot here, like my new patient goals for the day. Every day we have a certain number of new patients that we're expecting to have. And so this is a really important thing on this day. So I have a goal of 3 new patients. I currently right now have 2 new patients scheduled for tomorrow. So if no one calls in between now and then, which they most certainly will, but if no one calls in, I will be under my goal. And then here's something that's probably the most powerful piece of all of that. I know how many people are expected to go inactive. So if you want to know why your practice isn't growing as quickly as you'd like, it's because the number of people coming in are less than the number of people going out. And let's just look for a moment here at that patients going inactive. It says there are 5, and I only have 3 people coming in. If every day it worked like that, I would be losing people and our practice would shrink. So currently, as of today, we are expected to lose 3 patients. So what's really cool is that I can go into my software, I can look and see how many people are expected to go in, or who are the people that are expected to go inactive. I can call them, I can check on them, I can see how they're doing. I can follow up on other patients that maybe have been away from us for a while, call them, check on them, see how they're doing, and work on reactivating those people who are going inactive. And then what that does is that keeps our number positive. Right now, it's really negative for Wednesday. We've got work to do. But if we didn't have that information, we wouldn't know, and we would constantly see these people going inactive but not actually realize that it was happening, and not able to then check up on them and make sure they're okay and let them know that we can serve them. Never is there a time when we're doing that we're begging our patients to come back in, because that really doesn't help anyone. But what we want to do is make sure that they, 1, still know that we're here, 2, that they still know that we care about them, and 3, that we are open and available, because honestly, during the time of COVID, that's a question that some people are wondering, like, are you even open for us to do it? And so we have to make sure that that is apparent. This feature is worth everything we paid for this software. And again, if we can make sure that we have more people coming in than leaving, then our practice will always be growing. If we don't watch that number, our practice will slowly die, even though we're constantly seeing new people. There's so much to this software. So we can drill down a bit in some different ways. I'm actually going to pull it up so you can see it on the screen again here. You hit that drill down button, and we can start seeing things like where our patient's coming from, which we don't really know yet because they're not they haven't come in yet, so we don't know about insurance or cash or those kinds of things. We can get an idea of a lifetime value of our patients, which you can see. For me, average patient lifetime value is $686.30, which I feel is an incredibly low number, but that's every single new patient that comes in. That is their lifetime value. It's not the lifetime value of a care plan, because not every person takes a corrective or wellness care plan. And also we see a lot of babies in our office that tend to get just a few adjustments sometimes early on. And so that number is a little low here, but there are still things that we can do to turn that up a notch here. And we'll get to that eventually, or maybe in another video. We can keep going further, and we can see things like demographic data. We can see how many of our kids, how many of our patients are older, younger, that kind of thing. We have about 50% of our patients are kids and young adults, which makes sense because we're a family wellness office. So 50% of people are under 35, and 50% of our people are over 35. So anyway, that's how we do that. So we can go and break up those daily stats. Let's go back here. We can turn those daily stats into monthly stats. If we just click on the day to month, we can see actually where we're at for the month of April. And so we've just started this month, and so these are our numbers so far in the month. So you can see if you're on track. If you're not on track, it's even color coded. My new patients are in the green, which is great. We're right on track. My appointments are relatively low still, partially because we haven't had our day yet. I'm in the beginning of a day that hasn't really started seeing patients. So we're under our goal. Our production is under our goal. Our collections, thankfully, is over our goal, which darn it, I sure like that. We certainly need that. But you get a really good overview of how the month is going. We've been open for 2 days this month, and here's where we are with new people, visits, collections. Really nice. Now, you might ask, can I even do this with my chiropractic software or my patient management software? And my answer is going to be a definite yes and no. Your software likely has some simple reporting features, but the dashboard that's set up that's available through Blue IQ really works to lay out specifically the dates that you want to see. You can customize it to work exactly for the way that you practice. You have that app that in the palm of your hands you can see your stats. I mean, it just gives some pretty tremendous peace of mind. So if you're wanting to get more knowledge of your office's numbers so that you can improve your healthcare business, spend some time in your own software. And if you struggle finding the information you need, if you want a solution that's really powerful and capable of changing everything, go to Blue IQ and watch your practice thrive. Guys, I'm Dr. Emil Tompkins from Chiro Nerds. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you soon.